Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher, and today is Mindful Monday. Yes, it does not matter if it's not Monday while you watch. It's just an opportunity to practice some calm and some Zen and some mindfulness. In this video, I am going to guide you through the 8 steps of the Zentangle Method of drawing. It is a meditative art form. It is a chance for us to take some time for ourselves to just quiet our minds and bring us into the moment. Throw away all of our fears just for a little bit of time. So there are lots of benefits to the Zentangle method, and we're just focusing on a few of them today. But I'm glad to have you here with me, and we're going to go right into step 1, which is gratitude and appreciation. In this step, I'm going to guide you through a short breathing exercise that will hopefully get you kind of settled and relaxed a little bit and ready to draw along. So sit up straight if you're sitting and get comfortable. And we're going to go ahead and take one deep breath in. And as you breathe in, I want you to rise up tall and stretch your spine. And exhale and relax everything down as you do. And again, big inhale, straightening up, and exhale, and just relax. Drop your shoulders. And again, one final big breath in. And exhale completely. Now just let your breathing relax into its normal rhythm and follow that breath as it goes in and out. Don't direct it, just follow it. Let them be short breaths or long breaths, whatever you need, and just listen to the breathing. Let your thoughts just pass through. They will pop in. That's what our brain does. It thinks. But we want to rest from thinking for now, so acknowledge those thoughts and let them go. And breathe. Now it's time to think about something that makes you smile. And as you find that thing, be it large or small, pay attention to how it makes you feel to think about it. I'll bet you're smiling. This is kind of like appreciation and gratitude. If it's something to make you smile, I bet you're grateful for it. So pay attention to that feeling. And as we draw today, if you reach a point where you just need a break, maybe your line's not going where you want it, maybe you just want to stop. Take a deep breath in and out, and maybe take another, and then begin again. And that is step 1. That's all there is. I love finding ways to bring more gratitude into my life. So I try to walk around all day long looking for things to be grateful for. Hopefully this will help you to do the same. So today, before I move on to the next step, I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm going to use. And remind you, there are no mistakes, so don't fear. Just draw without fear here. So I'm going to use a Micron PN pen. PN stands for plastic nib. It's a little bit fatter than an O1, which a lot of people use, and I do as well sometimes. I'm also going to use a pencil. You can use any pen and any pencil. And I'm going to use a tortillon, which is just kind of a rolled up piece of paper. And that is what we will be blending our graphite with from our pencil. I'm going to be drawing on a Zentangle tile. This is a 3.5-inch square tile. It's a beautiful, I want to say fabric. It's a beautiful paper. It is just, I love the feel of it. And it really works nicely with the pens to kind of capture our lines. So anyway, it's 3.5 inches square. If you don't have a Zentangle tile, that's fine. Just pick up a piece of paper, draw a square on it, or cut it into a smaller square. The point is, we don't want to have too much real estate to have to cover in our drawing, because we don't want this to take forever. So we're going to keep things simple. And that's why we start with a small tile. Well, one of the reasons. So step 2 requires us to use our pencil. And we're going to put a dot in each of the 4 corners of our tile. Step 3 creates a border by connecting those dots. And step 4 is a string. Now, a string is just a line or a group of lines that break up our space on our tile. And today I am going to draw kind of a curvy line across my whole tile right outside the border. And then I'm going to aura that, and you can make it as large or as narrow as you want. And I've got a pretty good amount of space there for my tangle. So I am done with my string, which means I am done with my pencil for now. I am going to pick up my Micron pen, my black pen, and we are going to begin with the tangle Yinks. Now, Yinks is an organic tangle, and where I am at right now, it is springtime, and so I'm feeling all of this organic stuff. But you can see it's a very simple tangle. It just looks like a leaf building on itself, a flower without a bud yet, maybe. And I'm going to draw a few of those. I'm going to start with one that kind of goes up and into this band a little bit. So Yinks begins with a petal shape. It's kind of like a pointed oval, I tend to call them. And then you draw another one opposite. But then we're going to draw another one. And another one. And you can make these as large or as small as you want. They don't have to be perfect. They can be different sizes. Remember, in nature, there's not a lot of perfection. So we don't need to try to recreate perfection here. Okay, this is probably getting big enough, so I'll end with one at the top. Now I'm going to come back. I like to do mine upside down, and I'm going to draw an aura around this tangle. And you notice I turn my tile as I draw, because I want the line I'm auraing to be where I can see it. Now, because I am right-handed, that means that line needs to be on my left. But if you're left-handed, you might have to do it the opposite direction. Okay, so now that I've got one of my Yinks in there, I want to draw another pattern in this band that I have that goes across. And this tangle is called Knays. Knays, I'm not sure. If you look at the letters and you rearrange them, it spells snake. And I think that's kind of what this tangle looks like. So in my organic spring-like mind, I'm thinking about this being a little snake in our garden. So I'm going to draw Yinks in this band. And Yinks begins with the outline of the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and use my pencil and kind of draw right over top of my line, but I'm stopping when I hit my Yinks and drawing behind. Okay. Now, the next thing we do with this tangle is to draw a zigzag line. And I'm going to draw behind as I get to my Yinks. Okay, so there is my first line. And then I'm going to draw kind of an aura inside this line. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to do that on both sides. And sometimes when I do these auras, I like to do one side and then turn my tile to do the other side. It just is a little easier for me. Okay, now I'm going to flip it around and we're going to draw the auras on the other side. Okay, so I've got my zigzag line and I have an aura on either side of that zigzag line. Now on the top, and you could make this either one you want, but on the top one, we have this big fat triangle, and we are simply going to fill it in with black. I usually start with the edges of the space I'm making black, give myself a little edge to work against so I don't go outside of that as I fill in the space. Once I have my little safe zone, I'll call it, then I can just start using circular motions, small circular motions to fill in the rest of the space. If you press too hard, sometimes, depending on the pen you're using, but if you're using a micron, Sakura micron pen, like I use, if you press too hard, the ink actually stops flowing. You stop the ink altogether. So we always want to use a light touch so that the ink flows nicely. Okay, I've got 3 more spaces to fill, and 4, because there's 3. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video if you're drawing along, because I'm going to take the time off camera to fill them in. When you finish, take your time, fill your spaces in well. When you're done, come back, unpause the video, and we will move on to the next step. But for now, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, I am back now, and I have finished drawing in all of my solid black, filling in all my solid black. And now I am going to finish up this pattern. Now we've still got these open triangles down here. And what we're going to do in here is I start at the tip, and then I just kind of do a wiggly line down. And then I draw another one next to it. Now I'm not trying to imitate with an aura. I'm just drawing curvy, wiggly lines on purpose. Okay, come over here and do it again. And here they will go behind my Yanks tangle. Okay, I guess that's good enough. So that is knays. It's kind of a made-up word, so I don't think it really matters how you say it. So anyway, we're going to go back to our Yanks, and we're going to kind of fill it in. The rest of them will go behind or be too short. So I am just going to go ahead and start a second one here. And it's kind of pointing off in this direction. And I went ahead and drew it behind our knays. And now I'll turn it upside down and do the aura. You want to make sure as you're drawing this tangle that if you're drawing multiple little stalks of this pattern Yanks, you want to be sure to do your aura after every one. So you want to draw them one at a time. Okay. Let's see, there's one bigger one over here that we can't see the bottom of. And that's why you want to draw your aura after every one. Because this one goes behind. So this one does not go up underneath the knays tangle. It's okay. I need one more. This one's going that way. I'm going to try to do one behind. This way. Let's try that. Go ahead and do my aura here. And this one will come up behind this guy. And that should be good enough. So I'll just add my aura here. So we have our two tangles. We have our nays and we have our yinks, and they are kind of like intertwined a little bit there. So I am going to go ahead now, and we're moving on to step 6, which is our shading. I'm going to pick up my pencil, and I am going to start with yinks. And what I'm going to do is here at the top, between my black triangles, I'm putting a little bit of graphite. And then at the bottom, I'm going to put just another light bit of graphite, but I'm also going to put some underneath it where it goes over top of these yinks tangles. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and we'll just go ahead and blend this out. I'm trying not to get it on the black. Turn it around. And I'm actually going to do the inside of this first. I know it seems silly, but that's how I'm going to do it. And then I'll go back and do the outside. Now this shading should make this pattern look kind of rounded. And I'm pulling this in a little bit at the bottom. I didn't do that so much at the top, but there's not that much white in the top. Now the next thing I'm going to do is come in here and put some graphite behind this yinks, so that we make sure it looks like it's in front, and giving us a little bit of shadow here. Okay, that's all I need to do with my nays. Now I'm going to bring my pencil out again, and we are going to shade our yinks pattern tangle. And I'm going to just kind of put some graphite in the center. And then I'm going to pick up my tortillon. I think I'll do it upside down again. And I'm going to just blend it. And then I'm going to come back and push it out a little bit into each one of these leaves. Do it again. Okay, I think I need a little more graphite here where these yinks go behind my nays pattern. So I'm going to put a little bit more there. And I'm also going to put We haven't really blended it out yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more under. So let's start with that. And we'll come over here. Get some depth between these two. Some space. Maybe even add a little more down here. Now, another place I need a little bit of graphite is where I have overlap on my yinks. And once I go behind, get a little bit of graphite. I think I'm gonna just ground it a little bit by blending out my string line at the bottom. And I think that is pretty much good for my shading. I've got light and dark. I've got really solid dark. So I like the contrast and the drama here. So we're moving on to step 7 now, which is initial and sign. I'm gonna put my chop right here. It's just gonna sit right here on this little loop curve section of the Gneiss pattern, and I am going to draw my B, my C, give it a few of those like round dots, and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to sign it on the back. I will date it off camera, so date yours. And then I'm going to name our patterns. So we started with yinks. Oops. And then we went to Gneiss. And then we went back to yinks. And you can also put any notes on the back. I'm going to make a note that this is for my Mindful Monday 45. And we're done. Step 7 is all that is left. Step 7 is to appreciate one more time what you've done. I kind of like my tile. I hope if you drew along, you like yours as well. Lots of nice drama and contrast. And if you know me, you know I'm always looking to find a way to put that into my tile. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you're still here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch me draw yinks and Gneiss a little bit more, I have videos of me drawing each of these tangles. So look for the links at the end of this video. They are also in the description below. So that's all for today. Again, thank you for being here. And until next time, be you and be happy.